Everybody, MJ here. Good to see you. Fist bump. All right, how's everybody doing? Let me know how the audio is. I've got it cranked up a little bit because I'm kind of whispering. I'm in the new 7-Eleven. Opened up about a month ago in my town. Never actually done a live stream from here because live streaming in convenience stores can be a little bit tricky sometimes. It depends on who's running it and whatnot. But anyway, you guys know this place. Hey, how's it going? All right. Thanks, Dave. Let me get out my old man stuff here. Fist bump, how's it going? Yeah, behind me, is the Jar Jar store where I was last night. So this is on that corner opposite, and I think I showed a picture of that before. Let me get my lip balm. And my favorite, Dave knows this too, because Dave also has extensive Thailand experience. My Poison, which sounds a lot like poison, but this is my inhaler, which I really love. Camphor and menthol, and on a crappy day like today, where it's raining and stuff outside. But this is basically a new, hey, J-Boy, good to see you, bro. All right, good to see you. New 7-Eleven, and they've got upstairs, they've got like a coffee room, and they have a bunch of stuff upstairs that they haven't put downstairs. And in the end, they actually have some non-7-Eleven products, like down here they got some shampoos, the kind of the caffeine shampoos that are becoming. I actually use one of those caffeine shampoos, and it does pretty well. So a little while ago, I was in Dave's live stream, and I was having a nice conversation with a gentleman. I believe he's from Australia, but we were talking about convenience stores in Taiwan. And a lot of foreigners come to Taiwan. And hey, Rodney, hey, just speaking of you, hey, fist bump. Thanks for the sub, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks, J-Boy. Let me talk about that for a minute. And I want to say to, Rakumar, nice to see you on Facebook. Thank you. We're capturing comments from all of the platforms. We are simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Africa TV in Korea. So I want to say annyeonghaseyo to all my Korean friends. Itching my nose. My number one studio client has been keeping me really busy. We're finishing this album, and I've been mixing and mastering it for him in my studio, and I've just been so caught up. What happens, for those of you who are in music production, you know what I'm talking about. You get going on a project, and it's in your head, and you can't get the tunes out of your head, and you can't get to sleep. And I've been doing this all my life. I spent my 30s and my 40s in the studio, and now that I'm in my 60s and on the late side of my 60s, going back to it, it's exactly the same. So I find myself, even when I'm in church or I'm eating dinner with my family or whatever, I'm mixing. Oh yeah, I got to do something about the fundamental on that snare drum. It's just going nuts. I haven't been really feeling well because I haven't been sleeping that much. Haven't been sleeping that well. So, but I thank you. I feel better because I got about 9 hours sleep yesterday, and I got 6 hours sleep last night. I'm going to take a break. I do have to go in my studio later this afternoon and tweak something on mix, but I'm on the next to last song, and I haven't been posting on my studio channel either because I don't really have time to go over what I've been doing. But some of the stuff I'm doing is kind of fascinating in that regard too. Some of the editing and stuff. But let's get back to Taiwan. So we're in the new 7-Eleven, and Rodney and I were talking about chicken, and I thought that I would just grab some of these. Now what this says is, I kind of tore it, but it says, all right, in Chinese, these little words, it says 美式, which is, oh boy. You're gonna have a crash. Mei Si means American style, and then below this says, "Yes, I am evil, Rodney. Yes, I am." You're catching on. This says, "Shangla Ji Ding." Now, if you ever been to like, don't worry, I'm fluent in typo. You don't have to worry about that, bro. This word "ding" on the end just refers to like pieces of chicken. You'll see like "gong bao ji ding" or something on English menus, but Xiang means aromatic, and La means spicy, and this is a word for chicken. So this is going to be like, so what do they call? Oh, this is what they call it in English. I didn't even see the English. I don't even look for the English anymore. It says spicy popcorn chicken, and if you look at this, you know they're breaded and deep fried, and they have. Let me go on the back camera because there's a little bit of resolution. They actually have, like you can see, some black pepper embedded in that, okay? And it really is that color. That's a pretty accurate color rendition. So it's pretty stinking orange, let me tell you. So we're gonna try this. Definitely can smell black pepper, which may be where the La comes from. I kind of tore the ingredients. It's got soybean oil and yeah, it's got egg whites and looks like corn starch. And I can't. Some of this I can't read. Oh, it's got yeah, spicy powder and red bean powder. That's weird. Anyway, enough of that. So we're gonna go for this. First of all, oh, it's moist. It's a microwave product. This one is not frozen. It's just hanging on a hook in the refrigerated section. And very nice, probably. MSG, that's some, I forget, some Shin. Anyway, I'm sure it does. MSG doesn't have the reputation in Asia that it does in Western nations. It's just basically a salt. But there's a strong chicken flavor. The chicken flavor is really nice. But on top of it is a black pepper. And then the spice part is apparently cayenne pepper. Now some ladies just came in. I think they're Filipino. That's okay. They're over there. I'm facing the camera towards me in the back. Now what's interesting is it's not crunchy at all. The breading is soft. Oh boy. Wow. I haven't had this for a while. They do have Korean style. I looked down there this morning. It's got me curious. Rodney and I were chatting on Dave's live stream a few minutes ago, where Dave did those fantastic Japanese snacks. You guys going to check that out. And we should do a convenience store chicken shootout. But actually what I really want to do is, Taiwan has some amazing fried chicken places, some homegrown ones. Like down the street is the Fat Uncle Chicken. I'm the Fat Uncle. I go there a lot. KFC, believe it or not, has some of the worst chicken. But I was at KFC for the first time in several years over this past weekend, and they actually had a ma la chicken, kind of like, it tasted like if you've ever had ma la style, like tofu. It's just crazy. It was frightfully spicy, very spicy. But anyway, this is easily tolerable. And of the three styles that I saw, this is the one that I wanted to try. I also got some of these. Now, This right here, these two words mean hot springs, so you put them together. This bottom word is eggs. When I used to live in the States, almost 20 years ago, my recollection was you couldn't get them there either. But in Asia, everything is about convenience. And a lot of foreigners that visit Taiwan for the first time are actually relieved when they come to 7-Eleven that everything is English on it. And you can read, like, if you do blogs, from way back when, or vlogs from foreigners that come here. English teachers will land here and they're like, I don't know what to do, can't read the signs. And they go to try to talk to some of the vendors, and the vendors are like, Taipei can be a little bit different. Taipei does have some people that speak English, but where I live in my neighborhood, I'm far, far away from Taipei. Nobody speaks English except the Filipino factory workers here. And so what happens is, if you live in an area like this and you're not familiar, you would absolutely go to 7-Eleven. I'm going to, hang on a second, I'm going to mute the mic just for a second. Excuse me, let me do this. I don't have a cough switch. So this is a 7-Eleven legendary Zhongbei, which is the medium-sized cup of their iced coffee. Really good. One of the best iced coffee lattes you can have. This is hot springs eggs. And hold on, I got a cough again. I genuinely hope that muted, because that was terrible sounding. Hot springs eggs. And this place over here is Si'an. Looks like stone and peaceful stone. But Si'an is the name of a place where this came from. It's like a farm. So, okay, thank you. You never know. I always think about Galaxy Quest, These are actually cooked in hot springs. You can see how they're kind of a beige color because of the carbonic acid in the hot springs water. Imparts a really, really nice flavor. So you basically, these are, yes. So you basically kind of peel it apart this way. See, it comes open this way. You have to be careful because there's a little bit of liquid in them. And then these things are these are unbelievable. So I'm going to bite this in half. I'm going to show you the inside. They got this down to a science. As a typical, what we call banso, half cooked. You see how the outside is that color? Sorry about my long thumbnail. That's like a guitar player's tradition. You can see that the egg white is light colored compared to the skin. And then that's the egg yolk in the center, and it's half cooked, and boy, it is fantastic. Many hot springs in Taiwan have places where you can take your own eggs, put them in a basket, and drop them in. And the funny thing is, these hot spring eggs, the QC on them is amazing. They really have the timing down exactly to how long it takes, to cook them, because they're all the same. They're all identical. I've been eating these for years, and they taste exactly the same. But there's something, they call this a soft-boiled egg, actually. And we call that the same thing in English, too. But I got to tell you, it is just, like Dave said, these things are fantastic. Now the restroom's on the second floor, so there's a lot of people going in and out. And they're just basically rounding the corner, going straight to the restroom and not coming over here. And they're not paying attention to me. The Filipino girls they were looking at something online. You heard them over there yelling. Another thing about Asia, they left. Another thing about Asia is, in particular the Vietnam people here, nobody uses earbuds. And you'll have 3 or 4 Vietnam people sitting in a room, and every single one of them will be watching like some dumb TV show, comedy show, or some sports event with their phone speakers turned on 10. And they're all just, happy as a clam, blocking it out. I put my earplugs in. It's actually broke apart. Wow. Again, the half-cooked yolk. Perfect. The reason I like these is because, let me explain something too. Yeah. That's very true. Taiwan ingredients labels are very easy to read because it's based on 100 grams, see? So for example, this says carbohydrates right here. So you see that there are 3.7 grams of carbohydrate per 100. So, oh, absolutely. It's one thing I don't like about going to China. Just got to wear your earplugs all the time. So this tells you right away that you can see that this is 3.7% carbohydrates. The one underneath carbohydrates is sugar. So this is 1.4% sugar. So you can see that this is a very low carbohydrate food. And this is protein. There's fat at the top. And then there's protein here. And these are all grams, gongka. And so 14.2 grams of protein. So it makes it super, super easy. Oh, and the second column was, if they're doing that, that's good. Because the second column is based on what they call a fen, which just means portion. Like if you're going to order something, say like I like one order of rice, you just said ifen bai fan. So this says mei fen, so each portion. So let me show that again. On the left side of the package, this shows per serving. So this says that each serving is 38 grams, and this package contains 2 servings. So that's what it's telling you. So each egg is going to have this right here. So, now, that is cool. Well, sounds like they did that right, because I've been back to the States in a long time, but I remember every time I used to try to read the ingredients list to see what I'm eating. What am I taking in? I don't know, no idea. And they would purposely use some bizarre unit of measure to make it look like it was better. Because what a lot of people don't know is, when you put a unit onto these things we're consuming, like for example, 1 can of Coca-Cola, there's the standard, 325, 350 milligram cans, milliliter cans of Coca-Cola, has the equivalent of sugar from a 9-foot piece of sugar cane in 1 can. That was just, whoa. I don't drink that stuff. My daughter is 10 years old, never tasted Coca-Cola. I won't give it to her. It's never too late. to start your kids down the road to type 2 diabetes. So no, I don't do that. It's terrible, man. But trying to maintain a diet and health. I think the choices are better. Japan's really good. Asia's really good. Most places I've been in Asia are really good. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And when you're a kid, you can get away with that. High insulin levels won't do things to you when you're a kid, like they do when you're an adult. So let's take a walk just for a second. Those of you who see me live stream from this neighborhood, there's a balcony out here with the door shut. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Salt is another hidden one. That's the High Life across the street, where I have done many, many live streaming shows, and those people are really cool. I sometimes will take my gimbal up to the counter and buy stuff, and I just tell them, hey, I'm going to show these on a live stream. They're like, oh, that's cool, and I sit over in the back. I usually sit about where that van is. And two of the most famous places in Taiwan that we have live streamed from over the years. I got to move this way a little bit more. Straight over there is a place called, well, we call it Wen Wen's. It has a name, Tien Xin, but the Vietnam place right there, which I don't go to anymore because they've lost their focus. They're no longer a neighborhood eatery, and they're focused on karaoke rooms and a lot of the immoral activity that goes on in those rooms, and I want nothing to do with it. And I go there in the evening like I have been doing since like 10 years ago, and they start complaining about, because I'm not in the karaoke rooms that make all the money. Now let me go down a little bit because we got that sign blocking us. Wherever that truck is. Yeah, I know, isn't it? That truck is the Jar Jar store. See? See the Jar Jar store? That's where I was last night. Whoops, I gotta watch out. I'm bending down here. That is a very famous place. I've shown that from the air with a drone. We've live streamed this. We've done 360. That's one of the most famous places in the area. And all of those live streamers, that have come here. Dave's been here, John Ho, JL, Yuka, John from LA, John Sabot, Jevons, all these guys, Yep. They've all been here and been to that place. And so there you go. There's a shot of the Jar Jar store. If you look close, you can see there's a little bit of reflection on the window. See that table, right? That person walking by the table? That's where I sit. And that's where I was last night when I did my live stream last night. And we had the dual camera set up, so that was pretty cool. Now, nobody's behind me in the room's length here. This is the room. And I'll go ahead and do a front camera shot because nobody's in here. But it's got, nice tables off to the side. Here's all my junk, my bag and all my stuff. And the table actually has USB chargers, and this is a regular US style 117 volt. A lot of people don't know that, but Taiwan's power system is based on the US power system. And this, of course, is my Zhouqing. This is my alcohol sprayer that I keep with me. So, kind of typical Taiwan stuff. Let me show you what what they got here for lip balms are really popular here. Lots of different kinds of lip balms. And what is this? This is all from Japan. Oh, these are colored contact lenses. Love Smoky. Love Smoky it's called. Kind of crazy. Over here is the tech stuff, earbuds and things, but I'm not gonna go around that corner because there's somebody over there and I just don't want to show them. I'm connected to the citywide Wi-Fi network, by the way, which is run by the company that provides my mobile phone service. So because I have a SIM card, I can very simply just turn off my mobile internet, turn on the Wi-Fi, and connect to the citywide network, and it's pretty fast. So that will allow me to connect my second camera to this device's hotspot and do a second camera. So like I said, this is a new place, and depending on how cool it ends up being over time, I may adopt this place as my new home, basically, which would be cool. I think it'd be very cool. Now I want to go this way. I want to go this way. All right. Now, what do you guys think of the new Insta360 gimbal that came out? One thing that surprised me was the number of content creators that instantly had videos, pun intended. Insta360 must have given out about 50 of those things, because on the day of the release, the internet was just on fire with the number of people who were, reviewing it, right? I've got the OM4. I've had two other gimbals since the beginning. Periscope in 2005 or 15 rather. Always used the gimbal, and I was thinking, well, just another gimbal. I don't really need it. But there are two game changers on that one, and I think I'm going to have to get it. Number one is Uncle Bud. Nice to have you with us. Thank you so much. Uncle Bud recently just won a beard contest. That was cool. Uncle Bud, if you send that picture to me again in line right now, I'll capture it and I'll show it. I know. It is a 5-star location, but I understand. I like Jar Jar too. Jar Jar is interesting during the day, but it's so loud there because of the traffic. It's hard to, it's hard to hear people. But anyway, as I was saying, if things work out okay, I can maybe start doing some stuff here. But the problem is, you never know who's going to come in, and you don't want to irritate people like right now. I'm going to start talking softer. And a couple of weeks ago, I was camping. And it was late at night, and I was talking like this. So I don't mind doing that. All right. Man, this chicken is good. There's like every little little piece. I just want to, forget it. Just want to get every little piece out of the bag. plug my phone's power back in. But one of the reasons I like the new Insta360 gimbal is because it has a hot shoe on it. Or excuse me, a cold shoe. And all my microphone stuff, like the microphone clip and the microphone receiver clip, all fit in a cold shoe. When I use my OM4, I have to use a bracket that has a cold shoe on it. The second thing is I also have to screw a tripod on the bottom. And the new Insta360 gimbal has an integrated tripod into the handle. So you just pop it open. Excuse me. That's a game changer. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because let me show you something. I'll put this back. This is a Xiaomi selfie stick. Now I changed it. I had two of these. I had a black one and the gray one, so I took the black button out. But this is a this is a Bluetooth trigger. So when you're taking pictures, you can extend the stick, right? And you just hold this and, but this, this holds the camera of the phone and it twists and stuff. But the thing that's most remarkable about it, in my opinion, is the integrated tripod. And this only makes sense. Nothing else makes sense. I don't know why everybody isn't doing this. And Insta360 did with their new gimbal. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So, because the OM4 has a really nice tripod, but it's an accessory and you screw it on the bottom. This is another thing to carry. And what you end up with is a big case like this instead of a small bag. And the Insta360 gimbal folds up really small and you can put it in your bag. Everybody carries them. Yeah, me too. I know what you mean, because it has that big arm that sticks up. But I think that's what gives it the unique property. Every man in Taiwan carries a bag. We all got pocketbooks, Got my battery bank in there. I got my wireless microphone. I got my alcohol, my phone, cables, you name it. And so might as well just keep the gimbal in there. But this gimbal is too big. The OM4 is too big. But I think the new Insta360, I think it's perfect. So now I gotta see if anybody wants to buy this. I should do a giveaway, but Taiwan's an island, so everything has to be shipped overseas. Kind of a pain in the neck. But actually, I know I have some friends that I think could benefit from this. I'll just ask them if they want it. So, oh really? Well, sorry to hear that, Uncle Bud. Yeah, I know you showed me the photo. That's pretty cool. Uncle Bud won the longest beard contest in, I think he said it was under 12 inches. That's a foot in the imperial system. And I think you said, Uncle Bud, it took you 4 years to grow that? All right, I'm going to sign off because we're filling up here. There's a lot of people coming in and looking for a place to sit down and eat. So I'm going to say goodbye. You guys take care. Gotta go. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining.